Hello everybody. I want to talk about using the knowledge that you have. We know that knowledge is power, fairly famous phrase, often interpreted as the more knowledge you acquire, the greater importance and worth you attain in a given situation. Competing organizations typically have the same access to technology and financial resources. However, they don't have equal access to people. And those organizations that are the most innovative and remain at the forefront of their industry are those with employees who have the greatest of knowledges. This allows them to think differently, to explore an event, and to constantly reinvent and reinvigorate their product and service. It can be the key between one organization and another. Seeking a broader and more substantive education is a vital step to providing yourself with the background to assess and determine a course of action. Then you must acquire a similarly broad, diverse experience so that you can execute your plan. It's similar to Roger Federer, the great tennis player, who studied the great serves, volleys, forehands, and backhands, collectively known as the tennis basics, of former champions to assess how to hold a racket, how to toss a tennis ball before serving, and bend his knees before striking a forehand. Then he had to put what he learned into practice, which meant he had to gain extensive experience in hitting a serve, a volley, a forehand, and a backhand. This combination produced a champion tennis player, the greatest tennis player of all time. In business, it produces champion decision-making, which is a vital attribute for those who aspire to do well in their job, but also progress through their job, to become a manager and maybe lead the company at some point to some dizzying heights. So, like Roger Federer in tennis, we do the same thing in business. We start with acquiring the necessary knowledge, and that knowledge can be gained from a wide array of institutions and applications, from formal college to learning online. So you acquire the necessary knowledge, then you utilize that knowledge, and then finally you adapt what you learn to the environment in which you learn, and also in which you live. Adaptation is an interesting challenge, which is one reason our ambitions fail. In the face of evidence that our plan is not producing the desired results, few have the ability to change course and embark on a previously unforeseen direction. It takes courage and the willingness to admit to a mistake and the confidence in a new course to ensure that the organization's plans adapt to the changing reality of the situation. It's a rare find in a planner, in an employee, and in a manager. We tend to think we can create something that's the best ever, that it'll work. But in reality, there's always two people in a game. Going back to tennis, there's a server and a receiver. Somebody serves and someone receives. Just as you have strategized how best to play that tennis match, your opponent has done the same. Just as you look for the weakness in an opponent, they also look for the weakness in you. Whoever has the best strategy on that day is going to win. Which means if you don't have the best strategy in the first set or even the second set, you have to adapt your strategy to succeed in the third set. It's adaptation, which is so important with knowledge. It's because we live in an increasingly complex and destabilizing world, one in which a brighter tomorrow is less assured than in previous times, and in which the ability to better our standard of living, just as our predecessors did, seems to be more of, and becoming less of, a reality today. I believe it's more difficult now to raise your standard of living, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for people to advance their status in life without an unbelievable focus, ambition, and strength of character that they may have developed and hopefully did develop over the years. The ambitious are aware of these difficulties, the negative thoughts and actions of employees, and the challenges in changing global marketplace. The best are those who continually state, yes, we can and we'll make it, as opposed to those who think that it can't really work or this is the best we can do. Importantly, our ambitions without the hope to achieve it is really no plan at all. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.